So we're back with part 2, and as I'm sure you're all very
Balloons!
excited, well, aside from that,
Balloons!
I finally got a drink this time, so there'll be a lot less coughing.
Balloons!
Balloons? You
It'll
stole
make
my
sense.
balloons?
It'll make sense.
All right.
I just wanted to get that out there for anyone who watched
I
Raw.
thought you were referencing Batman.
No, I'm referencing Raw.
All right.
Anyone who watched Raw got that. I'll explain it, though.
He stole my balloons.
We'll get there.
Batman.
Yeah. Ryback started the night on Monday Night Raw. Cut a promo.
Oh, ooh.
Really? It was actually cool.
Yeah?
Like, he's just like, he came out, said, I want Punk and his 3 men. You know, the typical, like, I'm gonna eat you.
I'm gonna eat all of you. Feed me more.
And then fucking Super Nintendo Guerrero came out.
Yes. So what did the Super Nintendo have to say?
Kind of contradicted herself.
Surprise, surprise.
Because she's just like, you're not gonna cause any disturbance tonight with
Was she
Punk.
still wearing the cougar necklace?
She always is.
Of course. Just saying.
Yep.
What is wrong with her?
You're not going to cause any destruction tonight, Ryback. I know you're in a mood, but you're not going to cause any destruction. Mm-hmm. But I like how you destroy people.
Contradiction.
So it's like I do enjoy.
You're not going to do it, but I like you doing it.
Yeah. So I guess you meant don't fuck with Punk, but here's another person you can fight
Fuck with.
And then cue Albert Tensai.
Ooh, lovely. Wait. We had a Ryback versus Albert Tensai match.
It's not the first time it's happened.
Really?
They have had matches in the past.
How'd that go?
No. This time the cell shock worked, though.
Oh, yeah?
Because the last time he kind of almost got him up, but then almost killed Albert Tensai. But this time, actually, surprisingly, there was a moment, good 2-3 minutes, where Tensai was beating on him, and he actually showed like he was being affected.
I still say he's
and then Tensai hit him with the finishing move, and Ryback got right up.
Oh.
And beat the crap out of him.
Poor
threw him out
Albert
the
Tensai.
ring. And then he was anywhere he was near a camera with a mic, he would just be like, Punk, Punk, Punk. Like he was like seeing Punk.
He's hulking up.
He wasn't seeing Albert Tensai. He was seeing CM Punk. He was so mad.
Usually, when a guy's not paying attention to his match and he's focusing on another guy, usually he loses the match. But I guess
he got him up. He got him up in the shell shock, and it was just like even while Jerry Lawler was calling the move, Jerry Lawler was like, get him up. Even Jerry Lawler was straining. That's how bad of a.
Well, we got to be careful. We don't want him to have another heart attack. His heart can't take it.
They reference that too.
Again?
Yeah.
They make any more jokes? Because frankly, he kicked ass with those.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But he got him up.
And
he dropped him. He dropped him. He won the match. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryback wins again.
Whatever.
He gets hit back.
Yay.
Night of good matches.
Oh, really?
More or less, man. Kofi and Wade Barrett have started a feud for the IC title.
How'd that go?
Great match.
Yeah?
Great match.
So, okay.
And Barrett won.
So what happened at Survivor Series then?
Barrett eliminated Kofi.
Yeah,
the match.
Yeah, but how come that wasn't good? How come that wasn't good?
What do you mean it wasn't good?
Survivor Series wasn't good. How come?
No, it started a feud though, which I like. Which I like when they start a feud.
Fair enough.
Well, this is an old feud because they have fought for this title belt before.
So okay.
But no, sure. they showed a clip on WWE backstage on the website. They showed a clip saying how Barrett.
How much shit do we really need them pumping down our throats?
How Barrett is disgusted that Kofi's IC champ and he's a disgrace to that belt and the company.
Right.
And how he wants to take the belt from him.
Okay.
That's how you start a feud.
Fair enough.
They had a match. Barrett won.
Okay.
So now Barrett's got a non-title victory over him. So I guess he'll get a title shot in the future. Mm-hmm. Feud started. Mm-hmm. It was actually a really, really good match.
Really.
1-on-1, it was really good.
All right.
Well, Wade Barrett's improving.
Well, again, I didn't watch it this time, so I have to take your word for it.
R-Truth.
Yes.
And Cesaro's feud is continuing. Cesaro fought Brodus Clay.
Really?
And he got him in the neutralizer again.
Really?
Once again, it was more of a
yeah, of course, yeah.
Up there, and then he dropped.
How did he actually get him up? That's what I want to know. That's a deadlift, man.
Deadlift, man.
That's a deadlift.
R-Truth is serious though about this.
Yeah.
He's not talking to little Jimmy.
Oh no,
because he's got to be serious.
See, I never get. Little Jimmy's like the pokeroo for me right now. I never get to see the little bastard.
So yeah.
And I get the fact that he's invisible. Don't ever fucking.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's 2 feuds. One's continuing, one's starting.
Fair enough.
Feuds are always good because it gives us
a reason to actually pay attention.
AJ storyline for the win.
Oh, for God's sakes! I saw pictures.
AJ and John Cena kissy face all over Raw.
So...
And they were fucking going at it like Jesus.
Well, Cena's single, correct?
Like, yes, it looked like AJ wanted her some Cena.
Maybe she
then
does.
and there. Like, they wanted to have a live sex celebration then and there, man.
I'd watch that.
John Cena's like 8 feet tall compared to AJ.
That's why I'd want to see it. It's a freak show.
There's no angle.
It's not going to turn me on.
There's no angle you can shoot that won't look like rape.
Well, I wouldn't say that's why I want to see it, but it'd be fucked up.
I'm just saying, it would just, that no.
Dude, it's like watching shit on the fucking Animal Planet, dude. It's just so messed up you have to watch it.
But, how about that,
It's like the internet on TV.
Oh, wait, you didn't see it, so, yeah,
no,
they had actors that were, Whitney Smith was a waitress at the restaurant where they had their business meeting. And apparently the way they were touching hands and discussing things, it was more than business.
So is this proving that Super Nintendo was right?
More or less. Oh, there was also Douglas Brady, who was a parking attendant.
Okay.
Who said...
What the fuck?
Who said John Cena and AJ were kissy-facing in a car.
So... Okay.
And then there was a family next to the car in another car, and they were very disturbed of what they saw.
Because of people making out?
Apparently they were like very PC parents.
Now,
no camera footage, Joe.
Is this officially the end of the whole Super Nintendo trying to get in the way of it?
It has to be, because they've fully on kissed.
But then here's my fucking point. What was the point?
There was no point.
The whole thing, so... They're deny for Super Nintendo's sake, and then what? She just backs off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I totally blew him behind the fucking."
Well, no,
restaurant.
They didn't admit anything.
But then
But there's no kissing.
Okay.
I think you know what their argument is that she's only starting this because she wants controversy. So she's like, so John Cena's explanation of this. Well, I'll give you something to talk about, and then he gave AJ a simple kiss. And then he went to go back to talk to Guerrero, and then she turned him around and fucking jumped on him and made out with him. Kissy face, kissy face, kissy face.
Okay, now, here's my point. I kind of now miss the days when it just annoyed me. Now it just confuses me.
Oh, by the way,
what?
Before this whole segment...
Oh, God, here we go. What?
They ran a John Cena promo...
For
Make-A-Wish.
What the fuck?
He did his 300th wish, which commendable.
Yes, great, good for you.
Man, he's granted more wishes than anyone else in the history.
Good job,
of the company.
Jonathan Cena.
So good for him.
Good for him. He's an awesome guy.
What do they follow that promo up? Oh, by the way, he's controversial because he's making out with this 12-year-old.
She's not 12.
She looks like she's 9.
Okay, is she 12 or is she 9?
She's getting younger. Seriously.
By the second?
She's 7.
God, by the end of this, she's going to be a fetus.
He's 3. Anyways, seriously. Why would you follow this, like him making out with this 2-year-old? After doing,
you only skipped 1 year there, man.
Hey, man
I thought she was a 1-year-old.
I don't want to get in any Elmo territory.
A 2-year-old's okay, but 1, that's a little too much. That's too far.
That's crossing the line, man.
That's a line you don't want to go.
No, but yeah, man, it was just how they
Tickle me, Cena?
Well, that's what AJ wants to do. So, yeah. They followed that up with that. It was weird. Ziggler came out, punched Cena in the back of the head.
For what?
Because Ziggler's Guerrero's boy, and...
But I don't understand.
And Ziggler's been, like, commenting, right, over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I get that,
so
but,
they need
it looks like Super Nintendo just gave up.
One wrestling feud has to come out of this.
Well, does it really? Cause,
well, it might not now, because now when John Cena was chasing Ziggler out of the ring, he twisted his knee.
You're kidding.
And they had to shoot backstage segments of him hurting himself.
Really?
Because he hurt himself chasing... He Vince McMahon himself. Remember when Vince McMahon...
Yeah. Oh, I remember. That was one of the best things I'd ever seen,
He basically jumped out of the ring, turned...
Oh, my God.
And limped. So, after
this
Ziggler.
Was real?
And they showed him getting his leg taped up. And they showed another segment...
Storyline.
Afterwards, of AJ storming into the men's locker room.
Mm-hmm. Is that why she licked his tonsils?
I don't know. She stormed in there, and she yelled at Ziggler, you're this, you're that, and then he called her pathetic little trailer trash or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she, hit on him girly style.
Yeah.
And then Cena came in, hit on him manly style.
Yes.
And then he fucking speared him through all of the washroom stalls.
So, I wish I'd seen that.
In a washroom, they just have
yeah.
He didn't spear him through one. He speared him through all of them domino style. They all fell.
That is awesome.
So, yeah, that's how I guess they're going to play off.
All right.
If he's actually good to go,
yeah,
which hopefully he is, you don't want to see him hurt
I
more.
hope that's a storyline.
Because he just came off a 7-week injury.
Yeah, really.
You don't want to put him
You don't want to do that again.
Apparently this is going to be a feud, and they might wrestle at TLC.
Fair
Ziggler
enough. What were you saying about primetime players? They were just in the locker room?
They pulled Ziggler off Cena.
Oh, really? But why? They're heels.
No, well, they're
not supposed to do that.
They did commentary later on in the night with when they were doing commentary on that Team Hell No Rey Mysterio Sin Cara match.
Right.
Where, hey man, Cena's better be glad, better giving us some of that T-shirt money because we saved him.
Gotcha.
And by the way, commentary the PTPs.
Yeah.
Gold.
Really?
Gold.
Oh,
you need to watch this match.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
The Team Hell No Sin Cara Rey Mysterio match was whatever.
Yeah.
It was the.
They're good in commentary. Good.
Oh my! Even JR.
Yeah.
Tweeted or twatted how good they were on commentary.
I gotta check this out then.
Because they were talking about wash rags and pay windows and and like Michael Cole would call out Darren Young and be like, seriously, Titus is the muscle, he's the comedy, he's everything. What do you do? Why are you here, Darren Young? And Darren Young's just like, whatever, man. I'm just, I'm here to, he didn't really have an answer. And then there's his more heart medication jokes. This is like primetime players. Like Titus was just like, "Now you better take your heart medication, King, because we don't want you falling over out here." And then Cole was just like, "Well, he fell over during your match." So what does that tell you? So it was just back and forth.
Oh God, I gotta hear this.
And then they came in and ruined the whole match.
Nice.
So
nice.
That starts it.
Again, we could have a feud if they'd get a storyline, for God's sakes. If they could spend 9 hours on fucking Super Nintendo AJ and Cena, then we can have 5 minutes spent on a feud between Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, and PTP.
Yeah, I know.
Why is that so hard?
I know. Otunga fought Miz.
Don't care.
Good match.
Still don't care.
Good to see they're pushing Miz is a face and Otunga's a heel. Sheamus versus...
So Miz doesn't really get a face turn. He just sort of like...
He's going to be a tweener, I think. They're going to make him a tweener.
Meh.
And then maybe he'll make the full face transition. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just be a tweener.
Steve Austin, he is not.
Yep. No, he's not. Sheamus versus Damien Sandow.
Okay.
Looks like they're pushing Sandow because Cody Rhodes is done for a while.
Yeah,
his shoulders jacked.
He's
his
messed
neck's
up.
Jacked. His head's jacked.
He's all kinds of fucked up.
Anything from like the elbow up is just not good.
Yeah, he's just destroyed.
So Sandow's getting singles pushes.
Fair enough, that's fine.
He lost, but it was still a great match.
Yeah, I'm sure it was still
Actually, the match, there was maybe 6 matches out of the whole night.
Yeah.
And all of them were pretty much really good.
That's good to know.
Which is sad that Raw's matches outshined Survivor Series matches by like a country mile.
Yeah. And of course that happens on the one night I forget to watch Raw.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm going to watch it now anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
If you're not going to watch the whole thing, watch the
Yeah,
PTP's
I will watch
commentary.
that just because I will support PTP till they fucking die.
Back to balloons.
Okay, yeah. What the blue fuck?
There was a Punk celebration because it was his 365th day as champion. 1 year.
Okay, fair enough.
So Heyman wanted to throw him a big bash.
Okay.
And he was reading over the itinerary.
Let me guess. This does not go well.
No, he was...
Uh-huh.
No.
It goes off without a hitch?
No, there was some turmoil, but
that's what I'm saying.
Punk wasn't hurt. I just say that.
All right.
But he was looking over the itinerary, like, this is good. Mm-hmm. Where's the balloons? Where are the balloons? It's a celebration. Every celebration needs balloons. Well, you didn't put it down. It's a celebration. Every celebration needs balloons. Balloons! And then he just kept yelling at this poor man, balloons! Balloons! And then he smacked the thing out of his hand. Balloons! And then he walked away.
CM Punk has become the greatest generator for nonsensical phrases I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, he didn't yell it. Heyman yelled it.
Oh, Heyman yelled balloons?
No, Heyman was just like, it's a celebration, because he wanted to
throw
this Punk
I thought
celebration.
that was Punk doing
No, he
that.
wanted to throw a celebration.
I thought Punk was yelling at him.
Balloons! balloons. No, and then he smacked it. I mean, long end to the short of it.
Yeah.
There was actually no balloons in the celebration.
Oh my God.
So
Heyman must have been crushed.
I know, but balloons.
Balloons.
Even Jerry Lawler was like, well, I hope Punk gets his balloons. It became a joke over the night.
Fair enough.
So
I like balloons.
So Punk celebration.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He had a board.
Uh-huh.
There's a big X on the mat.
No balloons.
No balloons.
All right.
A board that has the top 10 longest reigns as WWE Championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only time you're ever going to see Bruno Sammartino's name brought up.
Yes.
He's number 8.
Really?
Punk's number 8, and from the look of it, the closest he's going to get to number 1 is 6. Because after you pass 6 for John Cena at 380, it's Pedro Morales at like 1,000 and something days.
Yeah, and then like number 1 is like Hogan for like 4 years.
No, number 1's Bruno Sammartino's.
Is it Sammartino? I thought it was Hogan still.
Hogan's number 2.
Right, Hogan had like 3
Hogan's
years.
Got like 3 or 4.
3 years, 3 or 4 years.
But yeah.
Well, I know Hogan was like all over the fucking place.
It was actually funny how he was just like, "Oh, I'm better than Bret Hart," and if I'm better than Bret, and actually went through names of people that have never held the title for a full year.
Nice.
And he's like Bret Hart and someone, The Rock, Dwayne, Stone Cold, like he just went through the.
That's cool.
And he would like do like Dwayne, so he'd like do a fake eyebrow. Stone Cold, he'd be like this.
You know what? I can't lie. Things like that make me laugh, and I know it's stupid, but they make me laugh.
And then he actually made a comment like 2018. It'll be a Wednesday night. It'll be the so-and-so edition of Wednesday Night Main Event. And I will be the number 1 in WWE title reign.
That is awesome. That's fucking awesome.
I will be in my, like, so-and-so year of being champion. And Paul Heyman actually had a cool promo where he was just like, you people begged for the Attitude Era, but when me and Punk do a heart attack joke, you say we've gone too far.
Nicely done.
You yell ECW at me on the street, but if I do something a tad extreme, you cry about it on Twitter.
Okay, I need to hear that fucking promo right now.
Yeah.
Shit, that's brilliant.
So yeah, they have a good promo. Ryback comes out in the ring.
Ugh.
Because he wants to destroy Punk.
Why must he ruin these things?
And before he got in the ring,
fucking
The Shield jumped out of nowhere.
What the fuck?
It was Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins jumped him. Mm-hmm. And Roman, and they fought him through the ring, threw him out the other side.
Right.
Roman Reigns looked dead at Cole and said, "Let's do it again, huh?" And then they ripped the table up and did the exact same move as the night before.
Cool.
Triple powerbomb through the table.
Well, that's how many they need to lift him up.
Yeah, and then Punk went out of the ring.
Yeah.
He was wearing a Paul Heyman guy t-shirt the whole time, by the way.
Sweet. I want that shirt.
And then he held his title up, 1 foot over Ryback.
Nice.
Best in the world.
Nice.
And that ended the night.
That's good.
It was actually pretty solid Raw. I don't know if it made up for Survivor Series, but I don't think anything good.
Nothing can.
So moving on.
Yeah.
NXT.
Yeah.
Squash Central.
Really?
This is from what I've gathered. Other than the main event, every match is pretty much, this is the guy we want you to look at. Fuck the other guy.
Isn't that what NXT usually is, though?
No, NXT up to this point was just a competition show to get on to the main roster. Now it's literally just a development territory.
Yeah, no, but I mean, for the last, few years. Or last year, maybe.
Last year, maybe, last couple months.
Yeah, I've thought that.
But I've only started watching this incarnation of NXT since we started this show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say.
So, yeah, man, Big E Langston beat Camacho.
Yeah.
Counted 5 4 times.
I like that.
Bray Wyatt came out, and apparently this is his gimmick.
Okay.
He's supposed to be some possessed guy.
Yeah.
Because he comes out and yells I told you all 2,000 years ago, I was going to come and end you all one by one.
Wait, he said he came out and said it 2,000 years ago?
Yeah, apparently he's so he's
possessed by some old dude?
I don't know what he is. A demon or something.
See, when you said possessed, I assumed Exorcist style. He's going to spit pea soup on his opponent.
No, he's talking like he's somebody else from the Mesozoic era or something.
You had me at possessed.
Well, no, they're not going to do
You had me at
they're not
possessed,
gonna
and you
that.
failed it. It was just
so he's just some
WWE
Southern guy who talks I've taught from the highest mountains and all this shit, and he literally.
So he's just a crazy preacher, is what you're saying?
Crazy preacher.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Fuck that.
He sat in a rocking chair.
Yeah.
And he watched Luke Harper, Brody Lee, destroy some guy.
Okay.
And literally, this is
just sat in a rocking chair the whole fucking time.
And just literally looked at him, and Luke Harper. Really, would be hitting the guy, and then he would look back, and then he would hit a guy, and then he would look back, and that's the connection they have. Whatever. There was a good Divas match with some new
Is that possible?
With Paige and versus Alicia Fox.
I don't know either one of them.
It was actually good back and forth.
Okay, fair enough.
So
proof that they'll never be in the WWE because they can actually wrestle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, like I made the complaint in the first volume,
yes.
NXT's taped. Because they have Seth Rollins as a face champion and, what's his name? Jinder Mahal in his old gimmick, not a 3MB gimmick.
Well, that's the thing. How long, Jesus, how long has 3 Milton Bradley been around?
A good month or two.
So, how fucking long have they pre-taped this shit?
Maybe he doesn't even tape. Maybe he's just Jinder Mahal on NXT, and then he's Jinder Mahal.
But that just doesn't make any sense. It just shows that they're sort of fucking with their own continuity.
Yeah, more or less.
It's like DC Comics.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Then there was the WWE main event.
Yeah.
Ziggler versus Miz. Ziggler and Miz had a back and forth promo battle that was okay.
Okay.
It was pretty much one denouncing the other.
Sure.
It was weird though because once again Miz is kind of talking like he's still a heel, but he's kind of talking like he's a face. Like I
sort of said it before. Is they're trying to pull the Stone Cold thing, trying to see if that works. However, Miz is not enough of a badass to pull that off.
What they do every main event, they show like some old footage of the guy to promote him for the match.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's no face footage for the Miz. So
he's always been a heel.
They showed was all him as a heel. So
it's kind of hard.
Well, the way they booked the match, as far as talking wise, is ego versus ego.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you want to start him off like that and then transition him later as a face.
Like I said, I think they're trying to do an Austin thing, which is not going to work. The fans like him anyway. The Miz has always been a fan favorite, even as a heel, so
I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if he, whether he's a face or a heel. Mm-hmm. I think they're just going to, like you said, he's just going to sort of be the mid guy. He's just going to play both sides. Mm-hmm. Because he's not Austin. He's not gonna be able to do that transition.
Nope.
He's not gonna be the badass that you like. You're gonna cheer for. He's just gonna be. He gets respected for his ability.
Yep.
Because he's kind of good, which is surprising considering he came from the real world.
Yep, there you go. Barrett and Justin Gabriel had a match. Barrett won. Cool.
Sure.
They always have a second match at the end.
Which I never understand how they do it. It's called main event, and yet the main event is always first. I know.
Sandow came out, cut a pretty cool promo
yeah.
about John Cena being like a false idol.
Are they really going to do Sandow versus Cena?
Damien Sandow versus John Cena, the main event on next week's WWE main event.
Okay, so feud, you think?
No, he's just
just going to be a random main event.
He's literally coming out saying, "Look at John Cena making out with that 2-year-old."
Well, at least you're sticking at 2 years old.
Sticking at 2.
All right.
And it's disgusting, and he shouldn't be cheered, and he's this and he's that, and he used a bunch of big people words.
Right.
And so it's going to be Sandow versus Cena next week on main event. I believe John Cena's first appearance on WWE main event.
Maybe, I don't know.
I didn't watch the first episode, so I don't know.
I would assume that he was on the first episode.
So if he's wrestling, maybe he's not actually hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, but when is main event? When is main event taped?
Next Wednesday. No, it's not taped. It's next Wednesday. It's
live?
I don't think it's live. I think they tape it before SmackDown on Tuesdays, and then they air Wednesday.
Well, then I guess by then they didn't know if John Cena's fucked up.
No.
All right.
So that was the week that was. Also at main event they did like a dark match.
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd versus Santino Marella. Where the Shield attacked.
Okay.
And they didn't show the footage on main event. They showed the footage on WWE.com. Mm-hmm. So they're not just attacking Ryback. They're just attacking. Like NXT. The old NXT guys, like the old Nexus.
So
they're just
like you're saying, another invasion type thing.
They're just showing up and breaking dudes.
Whatever.
I kind of wish there was more than 3 of them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Because Nexus was like 5 of them, and all of them are on the roster.
Well, that's the thing. There's
one of them's Ryback. You got Wade Barrett. You got
Yeah.
Justin Gabriel. David Otunga was one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Young, I believe, was one of those guys.
Yeah.
The only guy, there was one guy, I can't remember his name, T something.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only guy that they're not using right now.
What's the thing?
But all the other guys have a career.
You were saying at one point, there's a handful of people in NXT that obviously I've not seen, but like the guy who's like
Big
the
E
biggest
Langston?
motherfucker, yeah, like
I was surprised.
Why wouldn't, especially with Vince's predilection to big ass motherfuckers, Why wouldn't he be one of them?
Maybe they just want to keep some faces around.
Well, maybe in all fair... Well, it's not even necessarily that. It could also be the fact that, like...
I'm shocked Cassius Ohno. Chris Hero is not part of this group.
Why wouldn't they push... Well, he's probably not ready yet. He's not going to be able to WWE match it. Not yet.
You've seen Punk can do it.
Yeah, but how long did it take before Punk went to the WWE, though?
Yeah, but that was because of his look.
Yeah, but I mean...
Cassius Ohno actually has a good WWE look.
True, but it's not a matter of his look, it's a matter of his working abilities.
His working ability's fine, from what I've seen in NXT.
For the WWE style, though? Because remember, it's very different from
ROH,
Ring of Honor.
I know. He seems that he's adapted.
Yeah.
Well.
Right.
But, like Dean Ambrose, how much experience does he have?
Yeah, true.
Roman Reigns, I just heard about this guy 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying
Tyler Black is in the same boat as, Chris Hero, where he came from ROH, and he was only on NXT for a handful of weeks, now he's on the big show.
Right, well, I mean, wrestling ability has never stopped the WWE from pushing anybody.
No. No.
John Cena.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I mean...
Maybe they also might not want to do a Nexus thing, where if you got too many guys, you don't want to...
Yeah, you don't want to
So if you only have 3 guys, that's only 3 guys that have to split up afterwards.
And also they could use these guys for, the faces that don't... In like Raw and whatnot that don't have anything to do. Mm-hmm. They could feud with these guys and just sort of have it as a way to enhance the. They could use them as jobbers basically, make them enhance the faces that are around.
Yeah. They're going to actually speak for the first time on Raw.
Okay.
On Monday, where they'll address the WWE universe about their actions.
Well, hopefully this means that they're going to bring more people in. Hopefully.
Maybe
I don't think so, but hopefully.
Or it's going to be the 3 of them in the ring giving the same excuse that Wade Barrett did the week after they attacked Cena.
Yeah.
Where they're literally going to be like, you know what, we're toiling in NXT.
Yeah.
You're not going to give us a chance.
So we're going to take
our chance.
Yeah.
We're going to take our shot. We
and
saw our shot.
If they say that phrase, you're not giving us a chance, we're going to take one, I might have to turn it off and just be like, come on. Really? You can't come up with something more original?
Thankfully, they have a guy like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Who
could probably make it entertaining.
You need to Google him. Everyone out there needs to Google him. Either as Dean Ambrose.
That just sounds dirty.
Because he has had great promos in NXT, but also look for Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley. He's cut some crazy promos.
Why does that name sound familiar? And it shouldn't. I don't think I've ever heard of this guy.
Well, there's one promo out there with he involved with a fork.
Oh, maybe that might have been what I saw. Okay,
where
maybe
he stabs himself.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen. That's why I know that.
And the woman in the room where he just hits her and throws her out of the room.
Somebody sent me that video.
Yeah, that's Jon Moxley. That's Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
So
yeah.
He's the promo machine out of these 3.
Right.
So he's the guy that needs to be the mouthpiece.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. If he's that good, he fucking better be the mouthpiece.
So there you go.
But you never know.
That was the week that was.
Yeah.
Raw was good. Main event was all right. NXT was whatever, but unfortunately, it was a shitty pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I mean, that's sort of
they all can't be gems.
Unfortunately, like, not having seen Raw with Survivor Series being my only contribution to this show, I'm not impressed.
No.
And it probably shows from my response to everything. It's just not... I'm not impressed with the product.
If you watched Raw,
maybe if I'd watched Raw, I'd have been happier, but yeah, my energy level and my enthusiasm for wrestling is really just... in the tubes. I mean, this is why I stopped watching in the first place, because we had to pay our hard-earned dollars for such shit.
Yeah.
And we have to accept it with a smile, because it's pretty much all we got.
Alright, so that's another week that was.
Yeah, that was it. Pimp Corner?
Yep.
Pimp it up.
You can obviously catch us on Spreaker.
Mm-hmm. That's where we are. And iTunes.
iTunes as well.
Leave us a review. Please, you can be honest. I mean, shit. If we suck, tell us why.
Yep. And Parts Unknown.
Which same
69.
Yeah, exactly. Our email address. Like I've already said before. If you send me hate mail, I will absolutely read it on the show. So
that's Parts Unknown.
It's partsunknown69, all one word, at gmail.com. Partsunknown69 at gmail.com. Send us an email, whatever the hell you want to say. Questions, comments, whatever. And yeah.
So another week that was.
That's
in the wacky world of professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. That was it.
So you were Steve.
I was Steve. And you
Justin.
were. That you were.
All right. Talk to you next week.
See ya.
Balloons!